episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. Let's see if I can get this thing a little bit more straight here. Looks kind of cockeyed from where I'm at. There we go. We'll just leave it with that right there. Maybe it's me that's cockeyed. I don't know. Let me go on and get everything synced in here together so I can actually see what's going on in the chat world. There is, well, when it comes up, wow, yep, that is definitely not what I'm looking for. Why is it always when you least expect issues that issues pop up? Alright, let's try this again. Alright, there's that. Good morning, Tony. Good to see you, bud. And then we will share it out. Hopefully that part's working this morning too. The other day I clicked on it to share. It said account not found. Oh, piddle fart. There we go. And now we pull the taskbar back up. So I hope everybody's having a good Friday so far. I've been up and about trying to figure things out for this weekend for a couple hours anyway. We'll just put it that way. This is the weekend of Frankenfest in the state capital, Lansing, Michigan. It is going to be like one of the biggest gatherings of classic horror, paranormal, haunted history, stuff like that around. Of course, I was supposed to go with Danny and do some public speaking and stuff up there. Really get MPS and everything out and about. Of course, you know, with the price of gasoline and stuff like that, people don't want to make a trip an hour south to go 2 hours east. So, good morning, Misty. Good to see you, dear. Santee. Good morning, you green hurt wearing rapscallion. Good morning, you mistyping, cigar smoking, whiskey swilling, ghost hosting, yellow belly, card cheating. Yeah, okay, I'm running out of shit. It's still too early. I got up, laid back down for like an hour and a half, rolled over, looked at the wife, and said, "Hey, honey, what time is it?" She said, "Hey, it's 10 to 8." And I'm like, "Hey, oh shit." So I had to shave and get dressed, and not a good way to end your week. But it's good. What's your superpower? So, like I said, I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope everybody is looking forward to the weekend. I hope everybody has fresh hot coffee in front of them right now. I mean, right there. No better way to start any day or end any week. Fresh hot coffee. For some of us, a good cigar. And the family all locked out of your room. Um, Good morning to y'all. I know stuff. Being able to type is obviously not part of that stuff. Well, you know, Santee also did say that I'm a green hurt wearing rapscallion. And he spelled rapscallion right. So he can't spell shirt, but he has no issues with rapscallion. And see, Santee, that's all that needs to be said right there. That's all that needs to be said. It's Friday. And of course, you know, I don't know what the weather's like in y'all's neck of the woods, but holy crap, I look like I'm sitting on a hill. Let's try this here. Oh, yeah, it actually looks a little straighter like that. It's a shame it's sitting at about a 15-degree angle to the left. Yeah, he obviously does type rapscallion more than he types shirt. We were supposed to be in the 90s for 4 days in a row. We hit the 90s for 2 days. Got into the 80s, low 80s the next day, which would obviously be the day that the wife talked me into leaving my man cave and putting on a pair of shorts, setting up the lawn sprinkler, and going out and setting our folding chairs up in the lawn sprinkler to enjoy a cold drink. And that would be the day that the sun went behind the clouds and we only hit 80 degrees. Um, Sadly enough, you know, it was 91 and the sun went behind the clouds, and just all of a sudden down went the temperature and down went her plans for a cold drink and the sprinkles. So it wound up being a cold drink sitting up on the deck playing cards while I tried to conduct business, which didn't work very well. Um, Today, God only knows what it's going to be like. They're saying 91 again. By the time I get a chance to mow the yard again, it'll all be dead because we've not had any rain whatsoever in a week. So I'll be able to just go out there and scrape my foot across the top of it and trim the yard up. It's a fun one, better than typing rogue. Yeah, Rapscallion's got a much nicer, got a much nicer, got an air to it. That rogue just, dude. I'll tell you what, 91 is nothing. You know that better than anybody. I am more than happy to. The wife looked at me the other day. She goes, "Why are you wearing that long sleeve shirt? It is 94 degrees. Why are you wearing that?" I'm like, yeah, it's chilly out. 94. Said I need it just in case, frost advisory or something. Yeah, we had the humidity, that's for sure. We are not lacking on the humidity this year. Even when it's chilly out, we're still getting that, 90, 95, 96, 97% humidity. I say it over and over again. One day, somehow, some way, I'm going to get her to leave this wretched state and move to the Southwest. Where number one, you really honestly don't. The only thing you need to worry about mowing down there is the sagebrush, and it's real easy because you just grab it and throw it across the road when it rolls into your yard. I mean, she don't want to move down there because of tarantulas. Of course, the stories I told her about Texas and chasing around spiders down there as big as your hand just kind of turned her completely off the whole going to the desert thing. She don't like spiders the size of your pinky now. Could you imagine her getting up some morning and seeing something this size walking across her kitchen floor? She wouldn't have to kill it. She'd drown it by peeing on the thing when she sees it. 97 here last week, 27% humidity. I think we have 2040 right now. I can't live where there ain't a lot of trees. Tarantulas, those are nothing compared to scorpions. Yeah, see, I ain't even got into scorpions yet. I won't get into scorpions with her. She can't wait to get down to Tennessee to visit my mom and dad, but I ain't told her about the little, 2.5 inch black little scorpions that run around down there. I'm just going to let her find out about them on her own. Tarantulas pale in comparison to biting snakes and lizards. What do you do? There's always something somewhere. The Great White North, we got big feets. Down there, they got rattlesnakes and Gila monsters and shit like that. Our lizards have been detoothed except for Gila monsters. Luckily, they aren't around much. In the 3.5 years that I was in Texas, I seen one rattlesnake, and that was the baby that I killed when I was out camping, dropping a log on it. And I don't think I seen a single scorpion. Yeah, I didn't see a single scorpion the whole time I was in Texas. So, and I saw one rattlesnake. So, I mean, I can't tell a lot of. Of course, I've seen a lot of tarantulas. I've seen geckos. Oh my God, geckos! You walk outside in the morning when the sun is coming up, and there'd be 100 geckos on the front of your house. I couldn't take 2 steps without something trying to sell me cheaper car insurance. Here you only have to be afraid or be feared to other people. I feel the scorpions are out to get you. Most bugs are like, get away from me. Scorpions are like, I'm coming to get you. And see that whole, I thought they were just coming to play with you. You know, if you grab them by their tail, you know, right below that little horn, I mean, they're fun to play with. And you see folks all the time on TV and videos just picking up these little brown scorpions, these little black ones, and putting them on their hand, and they'll walk around on them. I mean, it's not like they're in attack mode or anything like that. I lived southeast Missouri for many years. The only venomous snake I saw was a cottonmouth in southern Illinois. And the liberalism. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, I'm thinking about doing an extended live stream today, guys. I've already put out the 3 videos this week. I put the one out on Sunday, put one out on Tuesday, put one out yesterday. I am really thinking about doing an extended video today. A little bit of a fundraiser to try to help me get up to Frankenfest. Just for the giggles of it. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Oh, there you go. That's how you do it. Kill them, dismember them. Do the whole William Wallace thing with them. Just dismember them and ship their body parts out to the 4 corners of the realm to warn all others what happens when they come to start invading your territory. Well, the Supreme Court says that we have the right to carry guns for personal protection. Yep. Of course, you know, what kind of gun is that? I mean, seriously. Is it okay to carry a 22? Is it okay to carry a 9 or a 45? Is it okay to carry a Desert Eagle? Is it okay to carry a Black Hawk? What's the limitation? Exactly. And see, that's, yeah, a mountain howitzer, you know, something the size of the one in the picture that Dan got you, Santee. I mean, little teeny tiny one, you load the little single BB in it, 8 or 10 grains of powder, pull that sucker out of your coat pocket and sit there trying to light the fuse on it. Very cool. Very cool. At least the Supreme Court is thinking about the safety of the general public at large. I don't know if you guys have been staying on top of the news these last couple days, But I'm kind of glad that the whole, um, I'm glad the whole Supreme Court thing came up and stuff like that. Um, of course, you guys know I don't watch the news unless it's the news clips and bits that the different news agencies put on YouTube. And um, I'm not particular. I watch ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, what the hell ever. And I compare stories and shit like that. Um, Uvalde, Texas, the police chief has been removed. You know, he is on administrative leave right now. Um, I was watching a news clip this morning. They said that there was almost 100 officers from local Texas Rangers, everything in that school. I think they said there was 91 officers on site for that almost hour that they were waiting to do something, and they were following the lead officer's word on what to do. But they said there wasn't enough firepower to take this one man out. Now, when you have armored officers with shields and they've all got at least as good a weapons, in many, many cases more better weapons than what he did. But there wasn't enough firepower to move in for almost 51 minutes. I'll be damned. Let me see here. Unconcealed carry state as concealable. Honestly, it looks to affect only 5 states, which by local and today showed in the background. U.S. Farm Report. There were 2 officers in the building within 3 minutes of the first 911 call, equipped with rifles and body armor. Which is exactly why he is on administrative leave right now. And the thing that really burns my ass about it is the fact that they said that according to camera footage, video footage, these officers are moving in and out of the building. So they had a free reign of movement anywhere in that building except that one classroom that he was barricaded up in. So we're going to go to Frankenfest. Frankenfest is all day long tomorrow. It's I hate not being centered here. It is, it's all day long tomorrow. It's about an hour and a half drive northeast of my location. We would leave here probably around 6:30 or 7 o'clock tomorrow. Of course, you know, I'll try to do a little bit of streaming from that location, but I don't know what it's going to be like. It is going to be at the Turner Dodge House in Lansing, Michigan, which you're just a couple blocks away from Old Town in East Lansing. But yeah, we're going to be taking off tomorrow morning if Dan can get me a ride. He's working on that right now. He thinks he'll have no problem even if he has to come and get me himself. The only problem is they're doing a light parade tonight in Sturgis, Michigan, and then he would have to come like an hour west to get me to, or go home to Kalamazoo, then come an hour south to get me in the morning, then an hour back up there, and then an hour and a half drive to Lansing. So he said he's going to do what he has to do to get me there because I'm supposed to do public speaking with him. So, plus it's great advertisement for the channel. Um, they had over 2,000 people there last year. So, they're expecting an even bigger haul this year. Not to mention, Frankenfest is also one of the sponsors and supporters of Ghostorama, which, of course, you guys know we're hosting also. So, we are going to, we're trying to get up there to get our faces out in the crowd, meet some of the other sponsors and supporters of Ghostorama, do the public speaking engagements about ghost hunting and doing the difference between paranormal and parahistoric investigating. So, yeah, that's going to be it. It's going to be, I think it starts at 11, ends at 7. So, we may have to, depending upon, how much help they need afterwards, we may have to stick around later. We may have to wind up finding a cheap motel somewhere. Whatever the case may be. I did see where Kellogg's cereal is moving out of Michigan to Chicago. I don't blame them. There's more people in Chicago. I wonder how much that costs taxpayers, the state, and hookers and... Yeah. What, Santee, the hookers and blow? Yeah, I think it's going to be a good time. I mean, it's all classic horror. Filmmakers, amateur filmmakers, classic horror vendors, paranormal. I think it's going to be fun. Yeah, as in universal classic horror, like old movies, like the whole thing originally started centered around Frankenstein, hence Frankenfest. But over the years, it has just balled out to all horror, all classic horror, and that's where it really started to grow. Of course, it's sad that a lot of the original folks, all of the original folks, have passed on and are gone, that were involved in all the original films. That would still be very cool. I just seen a thing out of Metropolis, Illinois, a few months ago, where they had the original Lois Lane from the TV series and stuff. They're dedicating the Lois Lane statue. If people like that were still around to tell the stories of making those films and stuff like that, it would be so much cooler. I seem to have some memories of Frankenfest, hearing about it years back. It's been around for a little while. I don't know exactly how long they've been doing Frankenfest, but it's from what I understand, it's supposed to be a big thing. You guys missed a good podcast on Wednesday night, though, I'll tell you that. Um, Danny's and my guest on Unrestricted Paranormal. Uh, he's a Michigan resident, been a Bigfoot investigator for a long time. He's attempting to open a Bigfoot museum on his property with all of the plaster casts, the photos, videos, handprints, hair samples, fecal samples, everything that has been picked up all over the place in north central and the northern part of the Great Plains, moving west from here. Which, we decided was probably going to make his wife very happy because his home is full of that stuff right now. And building his own museum for the public to ship everything and put it into, probably going to put a smile on her face. I know what it was like for my wife when I got this room and could move all of my stuff in here. So, not to mention they do they're doing a couple of big investigative hunts this year, and Danny and I were invited to attend one. So they're going to be sending us the information on that, and he and I, maybe a couple other guys from the group, are going to go on a little camping trip up north with some actual professional Bigfoot hunters. I learned an interesting fact yesterday. Please share that interesting fact, sir. We are all interested in interesting facts. If you upgrade to a 100 foot 3/4 inch garden hose, it's super hard to move around when it's full of water. That is actually a very interesting fact. Well, I mean, you figure a gallon of water weighs 7 pounds, plus the weight of the hose, plus just the weird dimensions. 100 foot, that's about 3 gallons of water, maybe a little more, so you're talking about 25 pounds of water, plus the 12 pounds of the hose, plus dragging it around obstacles and stuff. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Good morning, Jan. Good to see you. I hope you're doing good this morning. Not a lot of activity out and around this morning. I figured there'd be more folks here, hanging out. I guess they all pulled a Drew and went back to bed and forgot to wake up. The hose weighs about 25 pounds. Yeah, that's what we have is it's um, medium duty, I guess. Um, we couldn't afford the heavy duty thing. Hell, the minimum duty cost us like $13. for 50 foot, and the one we had was one of those flex hoses. It had a half a dozen holes in it. You'd turn it on, and it just, water drizzled out of just about every spot on it you could. Of course, that comes from, watering the flowers and stuff here, and people pulling up the driveway and running over our hose and stuff instead of stopping before they run over the hose. But yeah, we had to invest in a new hose just so the wife could get enough pressure to wash her car the other day. So, where to women's? Well, we got a women, maybe two women's in here so far. So I'm gonna go buy a 50-foot half-inch, just for the mobility. Of course, we got Jan in here. Misty Mountain was in here. I don't know if she still is or not, but oh, goodness gracious sakes. I can't believe I almost slept through the live stream. That's what I get for getting up and working in here and then turning around and going back to bed. Good morning, Candy. Good to see you, love. Yeah, she sent me pictures of her ankle and stuff on Messenger the other day. That thing looks terrible. I cannot believe she did that much damage to her ankle. I told her if that thing got any bigger around, it would be a thigh. It wouldn't be an ankle anymore. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see here. Just woke up. That's what I did. I got up super early, sat in here for a couple hours, and went and laid back down. And woke up at 13 minutes to 8. Hadn't shaved, hadn't gotten dressed, hadn't done anything yet. I think the wife was impressed at how quickly and efficiently I could move through the house and stuff when I have to. Find me on Facebook to send me pictures. I'll send you a picture of her ankle, I want to call it. Even though it don't resemble an ankle anymore. Have to order a bunch of Cub Cadet yellow here today. Oh wow. Are you gonna paint everything Cub Cadet yellow? Oh, good. We're all going to be safe. Candy is currently fixing her coffee. So, found out that much of the pain on my big cub was held on by rust. Wow. Everything here is John Deere grain. See, that's what my dad does now for one of his many hobbies. Is he'll go out and he'll find little pieces of gardening tool, like little pull behind single plows and stuff like that, and he'll take them in the shed and sand them all down and puts them out in my mom's flower beds and stuff. Paints everything John Deere green. All the wheel rims are yellow and stuff like that. And I guess when you're retired, you got to find really cool crap to do to keep from losing your mind. And I am going to the underside of the deck with white ceramic. Very cool. The coffee's fixed. See, told you. Everyone is finally safe. Candy has her coffee. But I found it easier to find cubs and less costly. Makes sense. The log house we decided not to get had a John Deere mailbox. How is it the old song goes? It was John Deere green on a hot summer night. He wrote Billy Bob Charlene in letters 3 foot high. Would love to have a John Deere 318 and Alice Chalmers 716 or 916. My dad bought a Cub Cadet years ago when he was alive. It's a piece of shit. My old man uses Ranch King. There's a brand down there in Tennessee they get from local farming store. It's called Ranch King. And he loves that thing. Do you see dead people? Tell me where. We're running out of ideas for spur of the moment investigations. Good morning, Blaine. Good to see you, young nephew. Hope you're doing well this morning. 89 and 99, both are solid. I would love to do abandoned funeral homes and stuff like that. I know there used to be one up in Grand Rapids that was real popular. It had been sitting empty for like 30 years. There were still coffins in there and everything. Nobody wanted to go in there. The place was supposed to be so haunted, and I think they finally bulldozed it. Ranch King is kind of a store brand of lawnmowers, most block stores. Ah. But yeah, I am seriously thinking about doing an extended stream this afternoon. Try to scrape up some funds and stuff like that to get up there to Frankenfest, only because it's going to help us out. You know, we as sponsors of the upcoming Ghostorama get to meet with the other sponsors. We get to do our public speaking engagement. I think it'd be fun. That's just me personally. But I get into classic horror. So, of course, I was going to have Tommy go up with me, but since Helena is here from Finland right now, he was going to take her up. Then they got invited by a large paranormal investigative group to do an investigation in Indiana, and so they decided to forego Ghostorama and do this big investigation. You should see about doing Casket Factory in Constantine. It's right beside the cemetery. I didn't even know about it. Interesting. Bought Cub in 1980, but used the original Cub parts a lot of years after the 80s. There go those fingers again, not wanting to work. I don't know how many parts International Harvester had on hand, but it must have been freaking shit. Frankenfest is this weekend in Lansing. I just thought it'd be kind of cool. You know, since Danny is working so diligently to find me a ride up there, to be able to help out with gas, eat while I'm there, if, you know, as sponsors, meeting up with other sponsors that are putting on Frankenfest, if they need help getting things cleaned up tomorrow evening or something like that, and we can't make the drive back, to also be able to help out with, you know, lodging tomorrow night, stuff like that. So that's the whole thing. But yes, the Frankenfest is the group that's also hosting Ghostorama, which, by the way, we announced the brand new location on Wednesday night on Unrestricted Paranormal with Danny. It's going to be the Paw Paw Playhouse in Paw Paw, Michigan. It's an old church these folks bought, and it is now, they're remodeling it now, turning it into a theater, live theater, live playhouse. So that's where we're going to be holding Ghostorama now, and there is a lot of available lodging in the Paw Paw area. It is right on Interstate 94, Paw Paw, the off-ramp to Paw Paw, and there's a lot of hotels and motels there, so finding a place to stay shan't be a problem. Good morning, KG. Good to see you up and around, honey. I'm doing okay. Heading to the doctor here in a bit. I did order tools this week. Woohoo, Drew. Would you mind messaging me the address? No. As soon as I get done here, I will get the address for you. Matter of fact, I can pull that right here. Let me see here. The Paw Paw Playhouse is located at 404 East Michigan Avenue, Paw Paw, Michigan. You are quite welcome. If you just type in Paw Paw Playhouse, Paw Paw, Michigan, you can see the church and everything right there. It's a nice old church, 100+ years old. Looks eerie. Prices might be. Thank you. I've been in a town called Paw Paw, named Paw Paw. Cannot recall the state though. It was not Michigan. On Main Street across the street from Save-A-Lot. Yep. Sadly enough, guys, we had to forego the Van Buren County Poorhouse Museum because of the damage. They have decided to save it. They have decided to save the museum, but it's going to be a while before it's up and running again. So thank God they decided to save that old place. There's a lot of history there. But it's going to be a while before we can get back into it. All right, Blaine. You take care, bud. Try to have a good day. And we will catch you later. We'll catch you in the morning one way or another. Do a little, spinning and winning on the Blaine train tomorrow. Yeah, I was very happy that they decided to save the museum. It's going to cost an arm and a leg to get everything fixed on it, but by God, they're going to do it. So that was actually quite the good news. We'll have AAA route us. Quite honestly, what AAA will probably do, since you guys are southeast of the venue, they'll probably bring you guys up to 69, have you take 69 all the way north through Indiana into Michigan, pick up 94, and take 94 west to the Paw Paw exit. Probably, maybe, who knows. Ordered a 3-jaw puller, 22-piece ratcheting wrench set, and an 1-pound torque wrench. Ooh, nice tools. Marco, ¿cómo está, mi amigo? Good to see you. It's been a while. You never use those ratcheting wrenches. They're freaking oh yeah, the ratcheting wrenches are great. Ratcheting wrenches are great. Never been able to afford any for myself, but I've used other people's before, and you're right, so much easier to use. Yeah, quickest way. If you go the quickest way, God knows what road you're going to get on. You might find yourself in on an interstate 1 minute and then driving through Michigan the next. So All I can tell you is if you catch yourself driving along a river or something and you see Ned Beatty in a canoe, go back to the interstate. Well, I found that my foot-pound torque wrench was not accurate below 20 foot-pounds. Makes sense. Been on roads like that in Tennessee. So have I. Which is really kind of funny you said that, Tony, because I was just sitting here thinking, where was it that I was at in Tennessee last time when we were sitting at a bar and dudes were sitting there laughing, and all of a sudden one of the guys was like, "Ray, Ray, Ray, Ray." And it's like, oh God, what was the name of that place? And you popped up with that, and it's like, haha, he's been there. Sure beats sitting in tourist traffic. Amen. I live just east Parksville, Nom, in Kentucky. Ah, okay. I got you. Kentuckians, man, they have such cool names for their towns and stuff down there. Beaver Lick, Parksville Knob. You know, you got the Knob and the Beaver within just a few miles with each other. So much fun. They're so creative down there. You know, I'm sure somewhere in Kentucky there's a town called Uncle Pucker. At the foot of Rattlesnake Hill. Rabbit Hash. That actually sounds good. I told the wife the other day that if food prices keep going up, I'm going to start trapping our bunnies out here in the yard that live under our shed. She told me I couldn't kill the bunnies because there's a good possibility that I would be wasting it because she probably wouldn't like my southern bred recipes, I believe is the word she used. Besides that, she don't want me traumatizing Ash, skinning the bunny from the butthole up to the neck and then just lopping the head off. I told her I'd leave the head on and cook it like that. Told her you really wanted to screw with her. Clean the rabbit, stick it in the refrigerator, and put Ralph or George in our bathroom after yelling at them for an entire day, and then pull that rabbit out of the oven. So tell her, you know, that we got tired of screwing with them being bad. But then again, you know, that's just exhibiting my sadistic side again, you know. Rabbit on Easter, venison on Christmas. My 4-year-old granddaughter found that the beheading of the squirrels was the most fascinating part. And you know, it's really kind of cool because I just last year, the wife told me that she wanted an old meat cleaver, and I found 100-plus-year-old meat cleaver at a reenactment one time. These folks were specializing in old antique stuff that existed back during that time period when um, the time period that fit the event, and they had an this thing probably weighs 3 pounds. I mean, it is a huge, huge piece of iron, and I picked it up. So I've got the perfect bunny and squirrel head lopping tool right out here in the drawer with her folding pizza spatula and everything else. Dude, this thing, the blade on this thing is probably 8 or 10 inches by 5.5, maybe. It is, I would say it's a good 1/4 inch thick on the spine and goes down to the finest edge. Uh, the finest edge I done ever saw on a piece of kitchen equipment. I would say the handle's probably I'd say the handle's probably 8 inches. So you've got 16 inches of tool there to work with. The whole thing is forged. The whole thing is forged. The blade and the tang and everything is forged on it. It is beautiful. I was lucky to find it. Yeah, if you take it and you hold it up in the light and move it, you can actually see the hammer marks in it where the whole blade was forged at. It's absolutely spectacular piece of equipment. She loves it. But then again, up until that point, the only cleaver she had was probably that big, and it was made for cutting cheese. I brought home that cleaver, and I think she probably tinkled on herself a little bit. She'd never seen a meat cleaver like that, and I told her, I said, that thing right there will chew through anything. I said, we were chopping wood with it. We were making kindling with it at camp. Oh yeah, yeah. You see a lot of that with weapons makers. Um, they will forge a piece of harder steel in the center, and then they'll fold a softer steel over, and they'll forge weld everything. But the harder steel extends yay far out the bottom of the fold, and that's what they made that's what they made the edge with. And yeah, this is all one piece, beautifully done. Um, as a matter of fact, it's just after 9. It's time for me to make a potty run. I'll go grab that cleaver. I'll be right back. Oh, good morning, Squatch. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well this morning. Right there she is, guys. Let me drop this down. That's a Foster Brothers. Like I said, if you move it along the light, I don't know, you can't really see it in this light, but you can spot the hammer marks. But yeah, that's a Foster Brothers solid steel, 1290. Used to sharpen my throwing knife. Bet I could find a lot of uses for it around the house. The Rough Rider knife I carry has a decent stainless blade, better than the Schrade Old Timer. Oh yeah, I've got a belt knife that I carry around. That is beautiful. I'll pull it out to do our carving on the holidays when I do a ham or a turkey or something. That's the one I use. I won't use crappy stainless knives. Now, I got her a real nice chef's knife for Christmas this past year. And she loves it. She uses it for everything. That thing is stuck in the dishwasher daily around here. She uses it to cook everything. Good morning, Ian. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Is that darker area along the bottom a different coloring, or is it the bevel? It's the bevel. It bevels down like a champ. I carry 3-inch folding lock blade with a clip. Oh Lord, mine's 12-inch long carbon steel. Nice hunting knife. Nice hunting knife. Like I said, guys, for those that just came in, tomorrow in Lansing, Michigan is Frankenfest. I'm doing my best. Danny is doing his best to get me to that, since the hosts of Frankenfest are also sponsoring Ghostorama with us in August. I'm supposed to do public speaking with Danny and stuff, and it's good advertisement for our group and the channel. So I am seriously thinking about doing an extended fundraiser live stream this afternoon to try to pick up a little extra fundage to help with gas. To be able to eat while we're there, since we'll be there all day long tomorrow into the evening time, and very possibly have to stay over, depending upon how exhausted and worn out everybody is. Maybe have to find and share a hotel room tomorrow evening. well, no, be a motel room for us. We're not fancy. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I haven't decided yet. I want a knife I can put in my pocket and can use readily with one hand. See, that's how my camp knife is. I carry on my belt. There is no lock to get it in and out of the sheath. It just slides in and out, but the blade is so long on it that it sets very comfortably. It won't just fall out or anything, and it's readily accessible with one hand. So, hope everyone has a good day. Much love to everyone. Got to head to the doctors. Yeah, definitely, KG. Keep us informed, or at least keep me informed, and I can let everybody else know. I know that. I know you're not looking forward to it. Just hope everything goes well. Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. Now the little modern pocket knife that I carry, it's a thumb flip. I mean, I can pull it out of my pocket and just take my thumb. It's got a groove, an open groove in the top of the blade, and I could just kick it with my thumb, and it's open and ready to use. I love my weapons, especially my knives, to be readily accessible. All right, KG. I'll have the phone on me all day long, so definitely so. Get a hold of me. Let me know. Good luck with CAT scan. Hope everything turns out fine. Yeah, definitely. I do carry a Stockman 3-blade for fine stuff that I need to be razor sharp. Ah, gotcha. Dude, Jan, I'm glad you brought up new TV. The wife and I were watching TV last night trying to find something new to watch. And I ran across a brand new Twilight Zone. Now, if anybody's ever gets into comedy, especially black comedy, there was a couple guys used to be out called Jordan and Peele. And Jordan wrote and basically plays the narrator in this Twilight Zone. We watched, I think, 5 episodes last night from the first season. It is just as good, if not in some ways better, than the original Twilight Zone. I mean, these episodes literally mind screw you. On Paramount Plus, I was blown away by how he writes these episodes. And I mean, literally, it is 30 minutes of mind screw every time you watch one. It never comes out in the end like you think it's going to. And for somebody who spent so many years in comedy, I was blown away by what he's done with it. Yeah, if you have Paramount Plus, you have got to check out the new Twilight Zone. It is just it's freaking amazing. I was a huge fan of the original Twilight Zone. And of course the Twilight Zone movie that came out quite a few years ago. But yeah, this, oh yeah. Yep, completely reimagined 2000, I think 2021, 2022 versions I mean, they didn't redo the old episodes. They completely reimagined the whole series, and it's really really good. I was really blown away by it. I mean, I sat and watched it till I couldn't keep my eyes open last night. And then something would happen, and I'd perk back up. I'd be like, "What? What did I miss?" And she'd be like, "Nothing." She goes, "It just flip flopped that quick." I'm like, "Damn!" Now that's my kind of show. Jay wanted the 58 inch as opposed to the 55 inch. We already had. I told him he's insane. You know, I seen a TV at the Winchester house when we were there last Saturday night. This TV must have been, this thing must have been 90 or 100 inches. It was huge. I mean, it's 3/4 of the wall behind me. If I had to go on raw dimensions, I would say that thing was probably 85 inches wide by 60 inches tall. It was incredible. To me, that's HD TV right there. When you when you can sit clear across the room, and it's almost like sitting right up on top of the TV like a kid does, that's TV to me. That's damn near going to the theater, going to an IMAX in your living room. Of course, guys and gals, I will post something, um, or I should say, once I decide whether or not I want to do the extended stream today, or if I'm just going to settle on the normal stream tonight. I'll have it posted, either or posted early, like probably within the next couple hours, to make sure and let everybody know when it's going, the times it's going, etc. I haven't decided yet. I'm still not awake. Like I said, I got up super early, went in, laid back down about 5 o'clock, and I don't even remember going back to sleep. I remember tossing and turning a couple times, trying to find a comfortable spot, and I leaned over, looked at the wife. She was sitting up in bed, and I asked her, "What time is it?" And she said 7:47, and I'm like, crap. So I jumped back up, hurried up and shaved, got dressed, washed my face, brushed my hair. I was at the grocery at 6 a.m. That's usually how I am. Once I get up, I very seldom lay back down. And this morning, I just wasn't feeling it. I had nothing to do. I was just sitting here drinking my coffee, and it's like, I could stand to go back and lay down for a little bit, get my back to stop hurting. And I wound up blowing out 2.5 hours just laying there. And she asked me what I was running around for. I said, it's Friday, I have a stream. She said, oh, you were sleeping. I was just going to let you sleep. Not a reliable alarm clock. Not a reliable alarm clock. Nothing beats that fresh coffee, that's for sure. I'm enjoying the heck out of mine this morning. Mine normally does too, Tony. But I just, I very seldom ever get decent sleep. And on mornings that I do, and see, she knew how important today was to me because of having to try to get the funds to get, to Frankenfest tomorrow. Help, like I said, help out with the gas and food. But she knew how important today was, and it's like, you were sleeping so good, I didn't want to bother you. Super Dave, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Good morning to you too. Yeah, it's never too warm for coffee. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, crazy woman. Hell, you guys have seen me at camp when it's 90 degrees when I crawl out of bed in the morning and I'm out there sitting next to a fire getting a coffee pot on. It's never too warm for coffee. I'm crazy, I'll admit it. So, have the has your chickies been enjoying their wading pool, Jan? They've been out there wading around in the little pool. It's good to see you, Dave. Man, it has been so long since I have seen a Super Dave live stream. They don't even pop up on my suggested videos or anything anymore. I actually kind of wondered if you was even still active on here or not, because it's been months since I have seen a Super Dave live stream pop up on my suggested videos. You know me, I don't always say much, but I still like to pop in and show some love and support. Really don't need coffee to be steaming hot. You are a hot tamale. I'm still out here. Good. Good, good, good. I'm glad to hear that. I always enjoy Super Dave live streams. It's your professionalism that I admire, sir. Just a coffee addict. Amen. Can't start your day without coffee. I've never been a big fan of iced coffee, but I mean I will drink it if that's all I got. But it's got to be something special. It's got to have the sprinkles and the whipped cream and be very, very white chocolatey or caramely or something. It's for me to get into it. I've never been one to enjoy a foo-foo coffee. Give me some black mud that'll light my fire in the old boiler and get me going. Yep, that's exactly how I am, Dave. That's exactly how I am. One thing the old timers always taught me at the reenactments and stuff is you don't sweat near as much if you bring up your body temperature. So what better way to start the day than, 5 or 6 or 10, 12 cups of steaming hot coffee fresh off the fire, and come to find out you don't sweat near as much. Start my day just being thankful to get up, then the craziness comes. Yeah, I understand. I understand. That's one thing that my health over the last 6 years has taught me is every morning you get up and you wiggle your toes in the carpet and you thank God for one more day. And then you let the shit show ensue is how I look at it. Drew, you might have to go to Super Dave's channel, unsub, then resub back because I had to do that from time to time. I'll do it then. I'll do it. Yep, because I have missed me some Super Dave. That is for sure. I prefer hot coffee, but will take any way I can get it. Right on, buddy. Right on. I love my coffee hot, but by God, if cold coffee, even running down to the gas station if I have the money and picking up a couple of bottles of Starbucks or something to get me fired up. There goes the old blood sugar right through the roof. But by God, it fires up that furnace. Templar! Good morning, my friend. Hope you're doing well on this really cool Friday. I do meditation with my crystals and realign my chakra. It's always a nice way to go, I guess. KG has to do that with my channel from time to time. Wow. I buy around $100 worth of coffee a month because coffee pods are not cheap. Wow. $100 worth of coffee. I spend about 1/10 that. I can buy 2 cans of coffee for $12, and that'll get me through a month. But I come to find out too. I come to find out too that making your own coffee pods, just going out and buying coffee filters, and sitting down on a sewing machine and sewing about 3/4 the way around, filling them with coffee, then sewing them up the rest of the way. You save a lot of money that way. That's what I do 90% of the time if I don't make cowboy coffee to go camping with. I'll put my coffee in coffee filters and tie them up. Super Dave, I do not alter the tobacco or the filler in any way, shape, or form. I stick with my green haze from Supreme Blend out of Dallas, Texas. This is my choice cigar. They run me about $22 a box, and sadly enough, the store keeps buying cases for me, and since I don't pull in enough donations to buy an entire case of cigars, I got to buy them, a couple boxes at a time, and then when people realize they have them, they start going in there and buying up my boxes of cigars. So the store buys me a box or a case, 12 boxes, and I got to go in there once a week and buy 2 boxes. And by the time I can actually go in there and buy a lump of them at the end of the month, they're out. So I got to wait till the next week and go back in. But that's probably one of the best cigars I've ever had. That's the green haze. They come in like 4 or 5 different flavors. And besides that, I'm nuttier than squirrel shit without smoking blunts. Could you imagine what I would be like if I actually partake of the devil's lettuce? I mean, think about it. You're talking about me here. Nobody could stand to be around me if I'd done that. I'd buy Death Wish coffee, Starbucks, other brands, coffee pods. Plus, I buy whole bean and grind them myself. That's what the wife does for her. She buys a whole bean and grinds her stuff. But she drinks espresso, so even when she goes to like BB or something like that to get a cold coffee in the morning, she gets like 5 or 6 extra squirts of espresso in that stuff. That stuff will make your hair fall out. I take a drink of that and it's like every muscle in my body tightens up. Yeah, I've heard that Starbucks uses artificial ingredients as well. Good morning, Cassie. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well. I found Kirkland's coffee on Amazon a couple of years ago. Love that stuff. Never had Kirkland's. Never had Kirkland's. I've heard about it, but I've never had it. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. Now, a lot of times, if I'm in the mood to really go traditional at camp, that's what I'll boil my coffee in bean form, and I let it hit a third boil where it starts to come out the spout a little bit. And you take it off the fire, grab a yay much cold water in a cup, throw it up against the side of the coffee pot, all the beans sink to the bottom. And I'll do whole bean coffee that way, instead of doing my cowboy coffee, my sock coffee, or doing the filter pack, the homemade filter pack things. I buy the Starbucks whole bean French roast, grind myself. That's how coffee should be. It ain't about the pleasure, it's about the jolt. No, never used a coffee press. I want to find one of the old style grinders. The wooden box with the with the steel mechanism on top. I would love to find one of those. But once again, with the coffee pot that I use at camp, it's got 12 holes in the spout on the inside to hold whole beans in. 12 holes about the size of a pencil going through, so it'll hold a whole bean in. But if you don't, throw the cold water on the pot, make them sink to the bottom, they'll float in there. And as you go to pour your coffee, the beans will sit in every hole, and it'll block the flow of the coffee. So you throw that little dash of cold water on the side of that iron pot or that steel pot, and all the beans sink to the bottom of the pot, and then you've got free flow coffee. Several times, I've tried just doing coffee grounds, because it works the same way. You boil it with just plain grounds in the pot. You take the lid off when it's done boiling and drop a little bit of cold water in it, and all the grounds will drop to the bottom. But after a couple pots, you've got about 2 inches of mud in the bottom of your pot, and that's a whole cup of coffee you're wasting right there. That's coffee space. So, back in our living history days, we tried to do the whole roast the bean yourself bit. Most definitely. American Justice, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Derek, good morning, my friend. It was really easy, Yeah, see, we never roasted our beans. We bought our beans roasted, then just done the whole bean coffee in the pot. Turn that into coffee jerky. There you go. There's an idea. That'll zing you all around the place before the day's up. Just telling you, my daughter has a coffee press. She likes it, but hates because the grounds get in between the press plate. Get grounds in her coffee. Wasting coffee in my home is sacrilege. Amen. I do not like wasting coffee. Roasting or trying to roast in a skillet, harder than you might think. Oh wow. Yeah, I've never attempted to roast my own beans. But then again, if you was ever a fly on the wall around here watching me get ready for an event, it is multiple days of running around trying to remember where everything is spaced out at, so I don't get to camp and start looking for something and think, huh, must have left that at home. I think I will do a little bit of an extended stream this afternoon, and maybe run it from like noon until 6 or something like that. Um, just to see what happens. I got nothing else to do today. The wife is off work. I don't have a lot to do, so I just might sit down, do an extended stream today. Just him haul around a little bit, sit up here and BS with everybody that shows up. Like I said, try to get a little help, getting a little bit of fundage coming in to try to get to that event tomorrow. It is kind of important. I mean, it's not a life or death situation. But it is kind of important since we are hosting or co-hosting Ghostorama in August. It'd be nice to meet the people that I'm co-hosting with, doing the public speaking, stuff like that. So, not to mention, kind of makes me feel a little bit more like a man, being able to help out with gas, pay for my own food. If we do have to stay in Lansing overnight because we get out late, to be able to help out with lodging and stuff. So we'll see. I think I might just go from like noon to 6. Get in Colonial area a lot of times. Yeah, I love doing Colonial. That's one of my favorites. Okay, show prep time. All right, Tony. You have a good day, bud. Take care of yourself, and we'll catch you later. Good luck with your show, my friend. Need to go. TV is here. We'll catch you later today. Sounds good, Jan. We'll see you later. Have fun with that new TV. Wife's at home today. Where's the honeydew list? The only thing that she asked me to do is clean the toilets. I can't complain about that. That's 20 minutes work. I cannot complain about wiping down the toilets, cleaning them out, mopping the floor around them, stuff like that. I like the Keurig, but my favorite coffee maker is where you put the water in the back, the filter, basket, turn it on, and away you go. That's a coffee maker. Yep. Man, and that's the reason I like this big boy sitting over here. Is that's about a gallon and a half of coffee right there. All I do is put the coffee in the basket, fill that thing up to the water or with water, turn it on, and it percolates. When it's done, I got rich dark coffee to keep me going. And I can sit here and drink it all myself, or I can have friends come over and drink it with me. And there you don't got to worry about running out of coffee. And the really cool thing is, it's not foo-foo coffee. Do not like foo-foo coffee. All right, Templar. You take care of yourself, bud. Have a good day. Try not to work too hard. It's Friday. It's pre-weekend. We'll catch you later. Looks like we got about 12 minutes left. We are down to 3 people watching. We have got 12, 13 thumbs up. Yep, I think I will. I think I will come back on at noon and go till 6 o'clock. Might even do some open mic stuff. I got nothing else to do. Clean some toilets. Whoop-de-doo, Basil. That ain't nothing. Oh, 69 degrees. We are almost at 70 already. Ooh. We're supposed to get up to a big whopping 91 degrees today. Now we'll see if we hit it or not. Or if it's going to be like it was 2 days ago, like I said at the beginning, when the wife came in here and she suggested we go turn on the lawn sprinkler, pull our little folding chairs up, have a couple of drinks, and enjoy the day. And the second we did that, the sun went behind the clouds and the temperature dropped 10 degrees. Needless to say, that idea didn't last long. It got downright chilly. So it turned into cool drinks, sitting on the deck, playing cards, while I conducted business on my phone. And, well, yeah. So, yep, here very, very shortly, Drew, I still want to do a collab with you. Oh, well, Derek, it's in my plans, bud. One way or another, um, even if we have to do it only through video. I would love to get up to Ontario again. I miss it. It would be cool to go up there and do a collab with you. Um, Even nice having you come down here. But if we have to do it on video and just split the video up between us, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We are under a heat advisory again. I think it's supposed to get up to like 99 today, and that's without the heat index. We've had one day at 99 degrees. Heat index was like 104, 105, something like that. But that's it. They have forecasted 90s all week long, and we had one really, really hot day. Everything else has been right about 91. Like I said, 2 days ago we were at 91. The sun went behind the clouds. It dropped down to about 81, 82 degrees. Next day, right back up in the 90s. Today's supposed to be in the 90s. So, yeah, hopefully, this is the theme for our summer. They're going to forecast almost 100 degrees, and we're going to be in the low 90s. We can tolerate that. "99 degrees in Alabama." Wow. The only bad thing about being that hot on the Gulf Coast is, well, you're on the Gulf Coast. So your humidity is going to be so much higher. I mean, people up here in the Midwest around the Great Lakes, we complain a lot about the humidity level. And we have nothing water wise compared to what the Gulf Coast does. And I think that's one reason that I really want to go back and do the Southwest again. Northern Texas, Oklahoma, Arizona, something like that. Not close to the water. You got the heat, but not the humidity. So much easier to live. The humidity this year has got so high a couple of times I've had to use my inhaler, which I hate doing, just to be able to breathe. So I'm not a huge fan of humidity, y'all. I'll be honest about it. I really honestly ain't. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. We are just about out of time. About 4.5 minutes remaining. As soon as we get off here, I am going to go and set up this afternoon stream. Like I said, we might even do some open mic stuff. Who knows? Tomorrow's supposed to be a high of 100, and Sunday I think 103. It's extreme heat advisory all week. Usually isn't this hot till around the end of July, 1st of August. Yep, the dog days. I remember, must have been 8 or 9 years ago, um, when I was I was putting a roof on someone's porch on the back of their house. 70 foot of open porch. They wanted a roof on it. It took me a week to build all the framework and put the roof up. And that was during our dog days. We didn't have a single day that was below 110 degrees. Needless to say, I looked like a little lobster by the time that week was over with. But the really cool thing was, right down below the roof was their pool. So, I had absolutely no problem if I got too awful hot turning around on the ladder and jumping into the deep end of their pool. So, which they didn't care about one bit. They told me to. They said if I got too hot, there's the pool. So, I'd jump in, splash around a little bit, go up and sit on the porch in the shade until I was pretty much dried out, and then get back up on the roof again. Just be careful. Don't go out unless you absolutely positively have to go out. It is this is the dangerous time of the year, guys, especially when Mother Nature's being a fickle old girl like she seems to be doing a lot this year. She is not at all being that kindly entity that she used to be. She is fickle. As a matter of fact, she's kind of, sort of, almost, but not quite being just a vindictive biatch. I stay my fat butt inside except for taking my two dogs out. I wouldn't even do that. I would put their leashes in each other's mouth and tell them to take care of it themselves. Nope. Nope. I mean, I don't know. I guess I can't complain, because, the heat don't bother me. It's that damn humidity that gets down in your lungs. It makes it hard to breathe. You start to sweat really hard and you just can't catch your breath. And that's why you never see me leave the house without my inhaler in my pocket. I won't do it. I won't risk it. So that's how I play the summer game. But all right, guys, we got about 30 seconds left. Like I said, I am going to set up the stream. Yep, exactly. It hits you in the face, just like it did when I arrived in Texas all those years ago. I got off that plane that was 71 degrees, got down into the airport. It was 68, 69 degrees in the airport. My friends picked me up. We got to the parking garage exit. Those doors opened up and it was like hitting a wall. Those doors opened up and all I remember is and I turned around and tried to go back in the outdoor and they just kept pushing me out saying, just go, you'll get used to it, you'll get used to it. Yeah, right. I didn't get used to it. I didn't get used to it until we left the Houston area and went up towards the Panhandle, and that's when there was no more humidity, and that's when I ran around like this, and while I was in the Southwest. So let me say, yep, it is that time, guys. It is time for me to be like a fat baby and head out. Time for me to be like a tree and leave. Time for me to be like a bunch of birds and get the flock out of here. So keep your eyes and ears open. I'll be posting the afternoon stream here momentarily, getting that thing set up and ready to roll. We're going to start it at noon, and we're going to go till 6 o'clock. But until then, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. We do. We'll catch y'all in just a couple hours. See you later.